We are continuing with the last panel of our conference, which is around the globe. In this panel, we are going to have two presentations. Our first presenters are Pınar Şahin and Müge Uzaldı. Pınar Şahin was born in 1993 in Zonguldak. She was a student in İMKB Zonguldak Anatolian Teachers High School. In 2011, she started her undergraduate education in the Department of Foreign Language Education in METU. She is a fourth-year student and preparing for teaching opportunities at university level. She is currently doing her minor in German language and learning French in Modern Language Department in METU. Müge Uzaldı. Müge Uzaldı is from Zonguldak. She was born in 1993. She went to Zonguldak İMKB Anatolian Teachers High School. She studied foreign language there. After graduating from high school, she went to Middle East Technical University. Now she is a senior student at METU. Her department is foreign language education and she studies English language teaching. Oh, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Müge, Pınar, and we are going to talk about the French movie, The Intouchables, today. And our presentation consists of four main topics. First of all, I will give you some general information about the movie, and then Pınar will continue with the multicultural environment in France, and she will try to explain how race relations are interpreted in the movie, and at the end, we will conclude our presentation. And this is our poster of the movie. Actually, I want to look at it very carefully because it totally represents, it totally is about our presentation. I'm sorry. There are two people on the poster, and even at the first glance, you can see many differences between them. For example, one is white, while the other one's skin color is black. And can we assume that maybe the white one is rich and the black one is poor, most probably? And even their clothes are different. One is wearing a suit and the other one is wearing a sweater. But there is one significant similarity between them, and this is the fact that they are both happy and seem energetic. And now I must mention the summary of the movie a little bit. These are our two main characters. The white one is this one, is Philip. He is a rich and quadriplegic man. That means he cannot feel and use the part of his body under his neck. He is living in a mansion in Paris, and he is looking for a caregiver, which would be Grace later on. And the whole movie is mainly about these two men and the developing friendship between them. Let us look at the trailer now. Please pay attention to these people's characteristic features, okay?
Vous avez des références?
Certificat d'aptitude.
Expérience professionnelle avec un BTS.
En alternance à l'Institut Bayer.
2 heures chaque là, bah sinon.
Selon le contrat, vous disposez également d'une dépendance.
Allez, debout, Philippe.
C'est qui ce type? Autour de toi, tout le monde s'inquiète.
Bon, il est grand, il est costaud, il a deux bras, deux jambes, un cerveau qui fonctionne, il est en bonne santé.
Oh là!
L'État a décidé, ils n'ont aucune pitié.
C'est ce que je veux. Aucune pitié.
Voilà, c'est bon comme ça?
Vous avez fini de jouer, quoi?
Et mais en fait, vous sentez rien du tout là.
Bon appétit.
Ils apparaissent là pour envoyer un peu.
Vous avez pas envie de prendre large?
Vous voulez vous barrer, c'est ça?
Oh, respirez un peu.
the way, have you ever watched this movie? Did you like it? It is very entertaining, but I think we think that there's a message behind it. Let's check. By the way, the plot is actually based on a true story, and the real characters are these: Abdul Salu and Philip Pozo di Borgo. If you noticed that the Philip name, his name has stayed same, but the caregiver's name is different, and also in the real life the caregiver is white, although in the movie he is black. And we think that this change might give us the message that there should be something about race relations in this movie. And now Pınar will continue with this issue in a more detailed way. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon again. My name is Pınar, and I continue with the race relations in the movie, just briefly, of course. And, there's a black and white man in the movie. And so generally in the movie, race relations are presented mostly via some stereotypes and of black and white people, and mostly contrast between them in certain areas such as music, art, and lifestyles. And I'll explain why they are using these stereotypes later on, because first of all, I want to mention the historical background of Friends, considering this stereotyping issue. And, there have always been some assumptions and expectations about preferences and abilities of black and white men in this world. So this idea actually roots in the colonizing times of France, when cultural values of the colonized people were regarded as lacking in value because they were uncivilized. So when we think about the colonized history of France, and considering that it has been hosting many races and cultures, we can say that France is a diasporic country. However, from the French point of view, one of the pitfalls of being a diasporic country is losing Frenchness. So the question here is, what is Frenchness? According to Auschwitz, there's a conflict in this issue between two concepts of Frenchness. Some say that Frenchness is a cultural identity belonging to those with historical ties and a shared sense of history and memory, and the others say that Frenchness is a post-national civic identity that coexists seamlessly with any number of cultural identities. Of course, there is no certain or clear answer to this conflict, but we thought that this movie, of course, if we get back to the movie, this movie may be trying to find a middle way or a solution or an answer to this conflict. So how does it do that? We thought that it presents a small diasporic in the movie. There's a black person who is Dries, and there's a white man named Philip. The story mainly takes place in a very nice palace-like house, which probably symbolizes Paris itself. And to make the difference between two characters stronger, the Intouchables presents us two extreme black and white characters equipped with all the stereotypes associated with them. So this might be the reason why Dries is presented as a black man in the movie, contrasting to the white man in the normal life. So this stereotyping means that in the movie, being educated, being sophisticated, and being rich is associated with Philip, the white character, while being lazy, being rude, chaotic, and ignorance is associated with the black character, Dries. And Philip listens to classical music, writes poems, and he has a settled life, most importantly, while Dries is the opposite one. Now we will look at such differences in a bit more detail, of course. This is just a picture from the movie to show the clothing difference between these two people. So this is Philip in the below picture. So he's wearing a suit, he's wearing a scarf, so he's quite neat. And while Dries, even in a job interview, he's wearing jeans and dirty shoes. He's wearing some, leather coats. And the music is very important in the movie because maybe you remember, you hear several songs throughout the movie, and these songs actually reflect the emotional and some events in the movie. So Dries always listens to some dance music, while Philip listens to classical music like Bach, like Beethoven. And we have a video now to show one of these differences, actually. And they are going to the opera for the first time. And Dries really goes to the opera for the first time. And now you will see his reactions. Sorry we couldn't find any English subtitle, but it's okay, I guess. It doesn't sound.
Si elle renvoie la semaine, ça veut dire qu'elle est d'accord pour elle. Je la fais tout ça, mon Dieu. Si elle renvoie la semaine, ça veut dire qu'elle est d'accord pour elle. Après, vous pouvez envoyer une photo de vous avec des modèles, mais moi, pas trop. Vous n'êtes pas obligé de lui envoyer une photo, genre téléphone, avec le pied de balle, ça Non, pichon. C'est pas bon. Quoi, son amour. En plus. Vous êtes pareil. C'est bien connu.
See, it's a kind of exaggerating the situation. And yeah, as you saw in the trailer, as you saw in the trailer previously, in the movie we come to a period, and if you have already watched it, of course, there's a period in the movie when the two characters get rid of all of their stereotypes and they get closer, they empathize with each other, and there's some connection between them. For example, Dries starts to appreciate art, and Philip starts to use some drugs, and they hang out together, actually. And when it comes to the Frenchness issue, considering the movie, of course, the message given, so we thought that, is that what makes France, the real France, is its multicultural environment, actually, because only in this way French can reveal its inner value. And coming to the conclusion of our presentation, we can say that, of course, the movie cannot answer all the questions in this issue, but we thought that it's quite successful at showing the current multicultural environment and the situation in France. So thank you for listening. Do you have an, yes, comment?
Or comments?
Yes.
In the movie we see a very personal relationship, but when we talk about multiculturalism, we're talking a very broad sense.
Yes, it's really broad.
Countries, etc. But maybe there should be a shift of focus on individual or very small group relationships, maybe youth relationships in the university, etc. Because, as you know, there's been a controversy over why those young people went to Yemen and got their terrorism training and came back instead of maybe pursuing some other career. Some say that it was economics, but others say that social stratification also played a role. So maybe a shift of critique from the general state policy to maybe more micro.
Yes, sure, of course. It's a general situation, and the paper was 10 pages, and of course it was not enough because it's a huge topic. So this what I said here also is just something like introduction to the post-colonial issues and multiculturalism in France, and it's also some subjective looking at the movie. It's just about how we look at the movie, I guess. So it's not scientific theory, it's just our thoughts. But yes, you're right, it's really huge, and I think there might be some studies on this topic. Yes, some broad topics. Yes.
Hey, thanks for sharing, you guys. I'm wondering what you think about the role of stereotypes in this movie. So do you see this film challenging or upholding existing stereotypes between Black and non-Black?
But I saw that. I think the movie is trying to give the message that yes, there has been some stereotyping issues in the world, but of course the world is not just black and white. If we know each other from a closer look, we can just get rid of those stereotypes, and we know that those are not just truth things. I mean, I think it's just a message, not stereotyping issues. They are just criticizing stereotyping, maybe.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is that it's the personal relationships between people break down the existing stereotypes.
Yes, I believe that. Yes.
Okay.
Any more comments or questions?
Yes.
As a continuation of the comment, I thought when I watched the movie, I thought they were like the movie was realizing the stereotypes many times, but I think what they are trying to say that this type of stereotypes or personality traits are not good or bad. I mean, enjoying an opera is not a good thing, not enjoying is not a bad thing. Like they're not just stratify that good and bad thing different. I think they just show that like these people can be like lively and good people too, like respectable people too, even though they don't like opera or.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
Like they when they are realizing that stereotypes of young black man and friends, like it's just not wrong.
Yes. Another question.